Oh no! When it's terrible. What was? Fuck them all!
Fuck them all! Forget it back, bad.
I can do gag and dog.
Cheshire's.
Wait. Now continue.
You're in a friend's house and the toilet clogs.
No, you're fucked.
I bought you crisps earlier. Be happy with that. Thai sweet chili and everything. Reverse psychology. Woo! You just keep like giving me validation of like, oh, this is why we're friends. This is why we get on so well.
I didn't ask you to clap.
Well, I fucking did it anyway.
How are you, my internet family, and welcome back for another video. You're not allowed to wave until I've introduced
Oh,
you.
right!
I'm here today with Pete, and this is Pete.
Can I wave now?
Yeah, you can.
Hey, what's up, guys? Melanie and I make similar kind of content. We love spreading positive vibes, we love giving good energy, and we love giving advice and stuff. So we're both also very optimistic kind of people.
Yeah.
We like trying to get the best out of bad situations.
I think that's why we get on. Like,
yeah,
so
totally. And like liking the same video games and stuff.
Oh yeah, well,
that's obviously a big part of it.
That's probably way higher up there.
Priorities, you know, come on. So we thought we'd make a video asking you guys for some potentially kind of bad situations or difficult situations that you may find yourself in, but then how we would look for the silver linings in those situations, because looking for silver linings and positive things to take from bad situations is just a great habit
to form and
to get into, because it was like obviously like there are some situations that are just bad, and it's not like you should be happy in any situation.
Yeah,
obviously
don't pretend to be happy. We don't mean that, but this is the thing, like I think some people mistake positive people for people who like pretend that no negativity exists. Yeah. If someone dies, you're allowed to be sad. We're talking about more general, like having a glass half full mindset, I think. Yeah,
I think so, because I often get, and I'm sure you probably do as well, people saying, how do you stay positive all the time?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's,
all the time. Yeah, I get that a lot.
And that's not the case, but we just overall, and especially online as well, it's just nice to have like a positive outlook. If you're going to spread any kind of energy, you want it to be a positive energy.
Yeah, we did ask you on Twitter. Some of them are a bit mad, but we're gonna give it a shot.
Ano says,
not knowing what life is.
You get to find out what life is.
Oh,
you've got a whole world. Go explore it.
It's like being in a jungle, like in a kid's playground thing with all the ball pool and stuff, and you're like. And then you're like, oh god, that was awful. And then you're like swimming through it, and you're like, wow, these are so colourful. But then you're like, now I can't really breathe, and I'm getting really sweaty. But then you finally get like to climb out of it. It's a bit like that.
That's the world's greatest metaphor.
Jake said, being single when your ex is getting married and has invited you as a +1.
It's going to be a hard situation. There's no denying that that is like quite a difficult situation, seeing someone that you were in a relationship with and had very strong feelings for has moved on. But also, if you can see how happy they are, and the fact that they are getting married and they are genuinely happy to be marrying this person, take solace in the fact that maybe you weren't meant to be, and that was what was meant to be. Yeah, and the one for you is still out there, and you just haven't met them, or whoever. Exactly. Like you're single, like you've so much ahead of you. You may not have. So if someone is in a happy relationship, that's amazing for them, and if you're not, it means that like you get to like try and find them and experience that. But I've been in that situation, and I found what helped me and has helped me and is constantly helping me is trying all the time to be happy for them, and know that just was a thing that happened, and it was great, but there is more ahead. If you go to that wedding with like a great outlook, like you're going to celebrate that are not like two people being very happy, and that you can be genuinely happy for them, I don't think it'd be awkward. No. Some people might think that this is just lying to yourself or whatever, but it really isn't. Like what you focus on is then eventually how you will feel. So if you do keep focusing on the fact that like, oh, they're in love, like you will eventually be like, oh, like I promise, like, because I'm getting there now in that situation, and it's kind of like takes time, but otherwise you'll just be bitter, and that's not fun at all. So Niall asked, when you are walking out of a maths test and everyone is debating if the answer is 37 or 56 and your answer was 4. Have we both got the same point for this.
Right, my point for that would be you may just have a different type of intelligence on the spectrum of intelligences. Was that what you're going to say?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, you're thinking outside of the box, you're going in a different direction, you're not thinking like everyone else is thinking, and that's a great thing. You're different, and the world needs different people to progress.
Yeah, the world
not
needs
sheep, not to blend in.
people.
Don't be a sheep, Niall.
Embrace your artistic side.
Exactly.
Do it, mate. I'm not
Maybe read
English,
a book.
I'm not English.
Do it, mate. It's alright, just do it, it'll be great. Molly gave the suggestion of crushing on a straight girl. I assume you're not straight
Yes.
from that.
I feel you, Molly. I feel you. And what helps me with that, and the silver lining I try and take from that, is that the way I see crushes, right, is that it's a positive feeling regardless. Like, you get that kind of dopamine-y, endorphin-y feeling, and you get all like, oh, giddy around them, and you have the flirtation and stuff like that. But like, if they don't like you back, like, it doesn't mean that, like, the crush is still valid and those feelings you've had are still valid. Maybe they won't follow through, but at the end of it, they're not the same orientation.
And you're learning more about yourself, and you're learning to be sort of like, you have to learn to accept those situations.
Yeah, exactly. So like, learning that's an important life lesson as well, that you don't get everything you want in life ever. Like, so I think you grow from situations like that where you're like, gimme, and then you can't have it. It's like that when kids are little, like, they have to go through that. Like, if a rich family have little kids, they're not going to just give them everything they want, because then the kids will grow up to be little assholes. So it's technically a good thing, you just can't see it right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, it takes time. Like, we're in all of these situations, we're in no way saying, like, just be happy about it. Just right now, switch your mindset and be happy about the whole thing. These often aren't overnight shifts in mindset. It does take time. But as long as your mind is open to the fact that there may be some good that can come from this, then you're on the right track.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. Don't set yourself a time limit, but just move in that direction instead of the negative direction.
And yeah, like, exactly. You're still a positive person, even if you're like going through a struggle and you're like really not dealing with it very well. You can still be a positive person even in the moment of that. Album 6 said, starting to cook something, then realising you're out of a vital ingredient.
Experiment.
Oh yeah!
You've got to get another vital ingredient.
Yeah, go through your cupboards. You might find something you haven't used in ages, and then you like whip up something and be like, "This is my new favourite dinner ever."
What? Where are you from?
Jamaica, man.
Gallifrey Archive. Good.
Nice name.
Realising you've hugged a stranger from behind and not your friend. Everyone likes making new friends, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just going for it. Like,
they
might appreciate that. Just like, oh,
maybe they needed a hug. So Josh said, people hating on you just because you're clever, even when you're actively trying not to show it. First of all, show your cleverness. Be Hermione Granger. Being intelligent is cool. And I feel, isn't it though? Like, remember when we were kids? Like, if you were a nerd, everyone hated you, everyone bullied you. Yeah. And now I feel like there's a new wave of appreciation.
This isn't just to do with you being clever. Like, I mean, it's a great thing to be intelligent, but the point that you're making is not specific to that. This is just about people. I'm gonna burp.
Oh yeah, get it out!
This is about people in general trying to drag you down for being something that they're not, but like, because they're just jealous. Because it's just jealousy. Like, that's all that is. And those people that you're surrounding yourself with, potentially not by choice. You won't always have to surround yourself with those people, and you can go to places where your intelligence and your creativity can shine. Don't allow it to be inhibited by these people. Like
it's temporary.
Exactly. It's temporary. Like, no situation that you're in will
ever last forever.
Yeah, exactly. So
because like what the one I always try and remember is like when you're on the ground, like, the only way is up. Like, you can't go lower than that. So like, if you're feeling really crap right now, or if you're going into school and they're picking on you or whatever, and maybe you haven't learned the lesson yet that they're doing that because they're projecting their own insecurities onto you, but you will get past this, and then you will have learned that lesson, because I've been there, mate.
Essentially, embrace who you are. It's a perfect opportunity for self-confidence, for self-reassurance, that like, you are intelligent, you are a great person, and you have a lot to offer the world. go forth with that mindset and
say go forth in a really dramatic voice.
Go forth with that mindset.
Finding out your friend is going out with your crush and you don't know whether to act happy or angry with them. Oh my goodness.
Kill them both. Firstly, depending on whether they know that you have a crush on them.
Yeah.
Like your friend knows whether you have a crush on that person. Because if they don't know, if they're unaware, then you kind of, I mean, they weren't to know. They just like that person. It's like perfectly innocent to them.
Crushes don't last forever. Until you've like been with someone for a long time and you've formed like a really strong bond, then like that's really, really difficult to move on from. But just be thankful maybe that you will learn to be happy for your friend, and you also will completely move on from this crush, and you'll probably be like, I can't believe I used to like this person, because you'll get so used to them being with your friend. Fairy Tale said, having an argument over the phone but you have to hold back because you're in public and people are judging you.
Okay, I get that frustration. I've been in that situation many a time. Let me tell you. No, I'm not going to tell you about a story. But what I gained from being in that situation was that although I was frustrated, I had no choice but to stay as calm as possible.
Yeah,
It gives you an excuse to sort of like go, okay, I'm in a public place. Breathe.
Yeah.
Calm down. It's that incentive. It's that reminder to go, instead of just to go straight off the rails and go.
Yeah, and say things that you don't mean, so at least you're not like, you're not losing your shit and you're holding it together. That's a very important thing to have throughout life, in like relationships, in jobs, in friendships, in every aspect of whole life.
Breathe, just breathe, deep breath. Well, you as well, but for any life situation that involves frustration, just breathe.
Breathe.
You know.
Good.
Getting the shits on a plane as it's descending and the toilets are locked. From experience. Yep.
Nice. Nice.
Girl, there is no silver lining for that. You may be up in the clouds on that plane, but there is no silver hanging around, girl. You are just...
sitting in a pile of your own shit.
Yeah.
That's shit.
Cheshire's Divided Smile. Being transferred to a new job where no one seems to want to include you. Fair. It can be intimidating going to like a new job and a new place. But
you're in a new job! Yeah!
I mean, for starters, congratulations on your job. That's great. I'm assuming that they haven't said that they don't want to include you.
Yeah.
It can often be...
feel like that.
Yeah, it can often be a weird thing, just those initial interactions. But just take a leap of faith and just say, can I hang out with you guys? Can I sit with you at lunch? Can I just have a conversation? What are you about? What you're into?
Say with YouTube, you starting YouTube as a job or whatever, and there's all these other friend groups, and it can be very intimidating going to parties and events and you don't know anyone and you feel like, what if they don't want me to be part of their thing or whatever. But I find that anytime anyone messages me or I message someone else, if they want to hang out or if they want to film something, like 9 times out of 10 it's just a resounding like, oh, I'd love to. And it's just getting up the guts to kind of, I think it's less about other people not wanting to include you, but like you kind of making the initiative or taking initiative. To be included or to include yourself. You know what I mean? Like take a little bit of the power back from them that you're giving them right now. One side of it might be they just might not be great people.
I think just not assuming anything in any situation. Don't assume anything. Like, because people can. It's like the people who have resting bitch face. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing. Like they look like they really don't like you. They look like they're about to kill you. But they're probably like a really nice person. Mm-hmm. So unless they've outright told you that they don't want to hang out with you and they're not interested in you, chances are they are.
A lot of people are nervous as well. Like I find it hard to kind of approach new people sometimes, and then once I know them, I'm fine with it. But it is hard. It's just like just know that like kind of if they're fun, cool people who are meant to be your friends or who you're going to click with, it'll happen. And if not, then you won't end up hanging out with them, but you'll meet other people and you'll be friends with them instead.
Hi, I'm Victory, or Tori, says, not being bipolar enough to be given the required medication. You're not bipolar enough to be given medication. That's a good thing. It means you're not far enough down that path to have medication to help your problem.
The way doctors are and seem to be is like they prescribe stuff all the time, like willy-nilly and stuff. If they're telling you that they don't want to put you on meds, it is a good thing, because meds are difficult to be on. Everyone who has to go through that for a period of time knows that there's always side effects, so you're not going to have to deal with all the side effects of it. And it generally means that like try and not focus on the fact that you are bipolar. I have 2 bipolar people in my family. One of them is on medication and the other one tries to get through it. Like, he has ADHD as well and tries to kind of work through it and stuff like that. But I'd say try and focus on the fact that you're well enough not to be on meds, you know? Yeah. It's just flipping it around.
Yeah.
Like a pancake.
It doesn't mean that you shouldn't look for help, which I assume you are doing if you've gone to the doctors. But there's so much information out there on how to deal with it. And if you're at a point where you can do it without medication, that's a great thing.
It's amazing, yeah.
Maria says, when you're out in a public toilet after pooping and you run out of toilet paper, you get to improvise. But sure as hell gonna be fun.
All we're basically saying is, look at the bright side of life. That's not the right words or song.
But the message is clear.
This is why, like, I'm not a singer and you are. I'm
always look on the bright side of life.
We hope that we just have given you a little incentive to go out today, and if something bad happens, try and think, what good will come at the end of this thing?
Life's all about balance. Without the bad stuff, without these bad situations,
you couldn't appreciate the good stuff.
Yeah, you won't appreciate the good stuff and you won't learn.
Yeah.
So, if anything, that is a silver lining to all kind of crappy situations. For the most part. For the most part.
So yeah, that was us advising you, but now if you want to see us advising Disney characters, you go and click over here, because I'm going to put Pete's video that we did on his channel, and it's kind of half my video, so it's not all his video, so don't give him all of the credit because I'm in it.
We're
so
a
you
good
have
team.
to go and watch it. So, but don't forget to give this one a like, because I need your thumbs ups as well.
Please.
Please. Bye guys.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I didn't even thank you. Thanks for being here, mate.
That's alright.